The day he stopped listening to the wrong voice. There was a man who woke up one morning with a heaviness he couldn't explain. Not sadness, not fear, just a quiet weight pressing on his chest, like the world had been whispering to him all night. And in a way it had. As he sat on the edge of his bed, the old voice returned, the one he thought he had outgrown. Why try? The world is not nice. Look at the people who hurt you. Look at the ones ignoring you. Look at how alone you are. It was soft, almost gentle, the way a trap can feel comfortable right before it closes. For a moment, he believed it. He nodded. He agreed. Yes, the world is not nice. But then something unexpected happened. He didn't collapse. He didn't spiral. He didn't sink into the old patterns that used to swallow him whole. Instead, he inhaled deeply, the kind of breath that feels like a decision, and he turned his attention inward, past the noise, past the memories, past the ego. He turned toward the quantum field, the invisible space where intention becomes reality, and he opened his heart. And in that stillness, something shifted. He felt God, not as a voice, not as a command, but as a presence, steady, warm, and unmistakably real. And suddenly, he saw his life differently. He saw the moments he survived when he shouldn't have. He saw the strength he built without applause. He saw the quiet resilience that had been growing inside him like a hidden tree. He realized he wasn't weak. He wasn't broken. He wasn't behind. He was being prepared. The new decision. Sitting there, he whispered something he had never said with full conviction before. Everything I do from now on will be for God. Not for approval. Not for validation. Not for the people who left. Not for the ones who didn't see his worth. For God. And with that one decision, the heaviness began to lift. Not because the world changed, but because he changed his direction. He understood something powerful. If people are loving and kind, that's beautiful. If they're not, he is still okay. Because his foundation is not built on their behavior. His peace is not dependent on their presence. His purpose is not tied to their understanding. He is healthy. He is working. He is growing. And he is finally doing it from a place of alignment instead of fear. The journey forward. He knew the path ahead wouldn't be easy. He knew discipline would be required. He knew strength would be demanded. But for the first time, he wasn't intimidated by that. He welcomed it. Because discipline, when done for God, becomes devotion. Strength, when built for purpose, becomes joy. Growth, when rooted in faith, becomes freedom. He stood up from the bed with a new posture, not arrogant, not loud, but grounded. He wasn't running from the world anymore. He wasn't fighting the world either. He was simply walking with God. And that was enough. The message for anyone listening. If someone watching his journey feels tired, discouraged, or overlooked, he hopes they understand this. You don't need the world to be perfect before you rise. You don't need everyone to understand you before you grow. You don't need your past to apologize before you move forward. Turn inward. Open your heart. Connect to something higher than fear. Do your work for God, for purpose, for the quiet truth inside you. And watch how your life begins to shift. Not because the world suddenly becomes kind, but because you finally stopped listening to the wrong voice.